I haven't watched enough to know that phrase that they must always say. So what is that? Is it like fuck or something? Like,
Yeah, it means
yeah.
fuck in Russian, and they just
Okay.
go bleh, shmish, 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 and then it's just
I love
great.
seeing the
Also a
ones where
stalker.
I love seeing the ones where it's obvious that someone is trying to like fake an accident or an injury just for
Yeah.
insurance, which is why they all have dash cams.
Back up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bleh. Oh my god. It's deja vu.
Deja vu.
Oh, I know why. I can hear it because I'm on the live video, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
you
oh,
have
I'm
to
an
mute
idiot.
that.
Oh, I don't even want to watch that. It's embarrassing for me. Ugh. I'm so ugly. So I get these random calls from people from Egypt now. It's really fucking weird.
Welcome
Oh.
to the PC world. Also,
Dude.
welcome to being a girl on Facebook.
Well,
Like,
I'm whatever. Like, I'm not whatever. Like, I look like how I look, but these motherfuckers, dude. Like, I'm telling you, like, I got somebody hit me up was like, oh, I'm the Prince of Egypt. Let me be your prince. I'm like, no, motherfucker. Like, I'm interested in chicks. Like, leave me alone.
What's up, everybody? 2, 1. Oh, that's trippy. We are finally going live, way behind schedule, once again because of a lot of technical issues, primarily with Skype, as usual. But we managed to pull through and get everything up and running. Let me exit this. Ooh, what? Skype sucks. Oh, why am I hearing feet? Oh, that's right. I have to mute this. I'm hearing myself.
I did the
through
same thing.
stream.
I was like, who am I talking to? Myself?
No
I mean,
way.
pretty much. half the
But
time.
anyway, guys, I would like to welcome to the show, of course, Michael Braaten. Many of you guys may have known him throughout the PC community. Works for Mod1. I'm still hearing myself. Anybody else hearing that?
I just hear you in and out slightly.
it's dropping in and out right now.
Oh, that's right. But yes, we have Michael Braaten and Aubrey Navarro from Bleederhead. We're going to be going over some of the products they have to offer and some of their... Are you talking to me? Who's dropping in and out?
But you're okay now.
All right, cool. And of course, on the line, we have Ivan Roberts from NerdWork Network. Many of you guys should be familiar with him. And once again, I'm joined by Chris Hunter, my man, Mr. AMD himself. But we don't have a lot of AMD discussions to talk about today. Today we're going to be primarily focusing on the modding scene. There'll be some tech thrown in there. But first off, for those of you who aren't familiar with Aubrey or Michael, Aubrey, I'd like to give the floor to you. I like to ask this question anytime someone new comes on to the podcast. What got you into building these extravagant, gorgeous boutique PCs, all these one-offs and modding and all that stuff? What really drew you to that?
To be honest, I grew up in production, like really heavy-duty photography, and at the time, we were working on a lot of like Macs and having that design element of the computer. But over time, as the cameras started getting better, so did the need to have faster performing computers, and the iMacs just weren't keeping up with it. Let's be honest, the Mac Pros were pretty much obsolete. They let them just sit there, and I built my first water-cooled rig, and the first loop that I did wasn't the greatest, and I redid it the second time, and it brought me, to this point of like, all this knowledge that we've gained from building or working with these computers in production, we can put that right back into it and create this aesthetic component that's kind of lacking in a way, if that makes sense.
No, it makes absolute sense to me.
Because, honestly, when I use a computer, it really does put you somewhere. Like, if you use like a little Dell Optiplex, like, don't get me wrong, we all grew up on one, it's not going to put you in this place where you can create, like, let go.
I've never owned an Optiplex. It was always XPSs or Precisions.
Well, I have an Optiplex here, and it's pretty much like my backbone, my server. I'm going to turn Merlot into that. But the computer puts you somewhere, just kind of like when you get into a car, like whether it be a Corvette or an Audi, whatever your drive is, it puts you in a place. And honestly, we spend so much time in the computer that we have that luxury of being in that place, when we're using it. So I guess that's what I want the computers to do, put you in a certain place.
You're absolutely
if that
right.
Makes any sense. And the cables too, like when you put your efforts into your colors and selection, the way you lay it out and everything. I just have mad respect for that. It puts the user in a place, in a state of mind. So I guess I'm exploring that myself, if that makes any sense.
That makes absolute sense.
Plus 10 environment points.
Environment points?
Yeah, like Sims.
Oh, God. If only Cher could be here right now. I hope she doesn't show up. Yeah, how about you, Mike? Brief backstory on me and Mike. Mike joined, what was it? It was CMR at the time, of course. And
yeah, right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning. This is prior to, us branching out into Computer Enthusiast, dropping the whole master race elitist attitude, and trying to be more all-inclusive to everybody, which is something I still strive for and push for. But he, at the time, was just sleeving cables by hand from home. And
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, actually, when I joined CMR at its infancy, I wasn't doing that yet, but I started about 6 months later, and that really helped me get going and see what was going on with people's interest and the market and everything. And it was one of those things where like a lot of people sleeve cables, or they try to at least, but I just had the impulse and the fortitude to like put it out there and invite people to be my customers, and it actually really worked out. So
you make a good product. It's easy.
It's a good way to put it. Invite people to be your customers. It is like nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
it can be. Especially when especially when you're just starting up and you don't really have a name for yourself within this industry, which, let's face it, I mean, there's quite a few elitists within the industry. I know I've spoken with quite a few of you, one-on-one about business deals going south. It's a very competitive market, and it's not always fair. So to try to get your name out there and try to show your work and the quality of your work, I mean, despite, all the resources we have, with social media and, all this interconnectivity, there's still quite a few challenges when you're trying to start your own company from the ground up. For instance, Bleederhead. That's a very, very new company, and I've seen a lot of Aubrey's work, and we're going to be showcasing some of that here in a little bit. And of course, Michael Braaten, in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, being very subjective here, is the best in the business. And he takes his time, he does it right, he does it well. It's not about mass production. He tailors every single cable, not just the sleeving, but even the gauges, the wires. I mean, everything is immaculately done. I mean, it's very, very, very precisely done, as it should be.
Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, we really put a lot of effort into making it as custom and as perfect to what you want as we possibly can.
Mike, do you mind making me some custom cables?
Pay me.
You know I will. I'm still using these EVGA. I mean, they're great, but they're just...
I wish I could afford
mess.
Full-length cables.
It's a mess.
Yeah, those are wild. Full-length fixtures, and people like run it through the case perfectly. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I'm still working on because I gotta tag each and every one of you every time I share the post.
But yeah, when you
way
talk
to
about
this.
like that not necessarily being one of like 10s or 20s, like I feel you on that, like that very individual, experience, if that makes any sense. It says something about like smaller business, so
Yeah.
hopefully you never lose that.
And that's the challenging part, is maintaining that attention to detail and that care for the customer, but also being able to turn it into a
Control it.
viable business.
Yeah. Then you have to, like, that's when you start having to trust people. I guess that's where it kind of gets tricky, like, especially trust people with the integrity of your product. So, but I guess it's necessary.
Yeah.
I have so many problems with that myself because I need to hire someone, and finding another one of me is difficult, to say the least.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, I understand that very much. Yeah.
Too familiar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's the tough part. I guess that's where I'm at too with it, because I hope that one day we can make a bunch of computers in a given month. But how do I oversee it, in a way that I can have that control over the quality and the individual experience? That's my biggest
Maintaining
fear.
the level of
Like, that's my biggest fear,
And
to be honest.
Personally, I mean, that's something we see less and less of nowadays, with all these competing manufacturers ripping off other people's designs. I see them in my industry, in industrial manufacturing. Sorry, guys, it's been a long weekend already. And it's totally legal, unfortunately, as long as it's not violating any patents or anything like that. They could just make a few changes, but the concept...
15% difference.
Yeah, I mean, they just have to make a few changes, but...
legally distinct.
Yeah, I mean, they're you can't really tell them apart. The average user can't tell them apart, aside from quality. So the best advice, I guess, I could give anybody is to go above and beyond with quality, but above all, customer service. I was actually having a very interesting, I don't want to bring up names, it's a particular, not a GPU manufacturer, but graphics card manufacturer within the industry. They make great cards, undoubtedly some of the best overclocking cards on the market, but their customer service is absolute dog shit. So, I mean, there's trade-offs there, but I think most people still look for, the better overall customer experience and the quality. So I think all of you here are on the right path.
Hopefully we can stay true to it, right?
Thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
That means a lot.
Oh, you're most welcome.
Flair.
So, Ivan, you still there?
Howdy ho.
Hey, buddy.
Of course I'm still.
I missed you. Your favorite dipping sauce just commented, he asked a question on, that's Twitch chat. What type of tech are you guys talking about? We're basically talking about building and modding. We will get to that in a second. You will see some of these builds that these guests have put together. Absolutely stunning builds. Someone said something funny a second ago. Oh, not funny, but Grizzled86 said, just put in an order at Mod 1 this evening. I'm assuming for custom
Nice.
sleeves. Time to retire, Mike. Kidding. Got a long way to go, buddy. Yeah, but Ivan, you've been getting more hands-on with the custom mods and the video tutorials, which I love to see. I know you did that a very well received delidding video. Was that the 9900K? You did that with
Was the 8700.
Okay, you did the 8700.
That was about almost a year ago.
Okay.
Now, my partner, David, he just did the 9900K on that, and that's already starting to be well received as well, too.
Very good, yeah. I mean, I personally wouldn't delid a 9900K, but that's because I would run it under LN2. But it does have its benefits on air or water. Christopher, how you been, buddy?
I've been very well.
That's good to hear.
Just busy as heck.
Yeah,
I need to be in places at once.
Yeah, we'll get into some interesting subjects in a little bit pertaining to AMD, because I would relate.
I like to think more than just AMD.
Oh, I know, but you're also my AMD guy. You have to understand that you're stuck.
I like everything.
You are stuck as the AMD guy from here on out. I'm sorry, but
all right.
No, did you hear that Lisa Su is going to be giving an official what do you call it? She's going to be headlining the presentation.
She's giving the keynote.
Keynote. That's the word I was looking for. Red Bull is not working right now. But yeah, that's the first time in the history of Computex. So there's a lot to look forward to on the hardware front, and we're going to dive into that more so in other episodes. But for the time being, I want to jump into some of these guys' work. Let's see, who should I start with?
AMD trading at.
Michael, you're
pretty good right now.
Your screen's
I think it was 29 last I checked.
29 what?
Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, 28.98 right now.
Oh no, I just closed my stats window. Yeah. I want to see how the stream itself, the health of the stream's going. We're at a solid 5,000 kilobits per second.
At the beginning of the month, it was at 22.
Okay, so first things first. I want to pull up Aubrey's work. Aubrey founded a company, Bleederhead. Aubrey, when did you start Bleederhead?
God, legally, probably 6 or 7 months ago.
Okay, but I mean, it was obviously a concept in your mind. It's clearly a long-running ambition. It's a dream of yours to.
Well, if you want to see what Bleederhead was literally a production company, and that was probably 3 or 4 years ago, like literally high-end production. You know, I used to handle a lot of the stuff we shot all the stuff for White Castle here in my studio, and you know, if you go to aubreyautumn.com, then you'll see, you know, it has the same layout as Bleederhead. I just switched out the names, if that makes any sense. And then we just went full on with computers. So Bleederhead's been around for a very long time here, and studio-wise, you know, like we have a bunch of like proofs of like hamburgers or that say Bleederhead on them. And that's just kind of the history of the company, you know, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. I mean, companies sometimes pivot. They change industries, they change markets. My company does it all the time, but
yeah, it's had a morph.
I mean, it's really cool to see you finally live out your dream, because I can tell you have a huge passion for PC building. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring up.
But yeah, man, it's, you know, when you're working, you know, I'm not sure if you guys ever heard of something called like a digital technician, so to speak, but. You know, when you're working on set and those images are coming in, you know, you have people looking at you, and you got to make sure everything's performing quick. I can't explain it, but when you're working on set, it's especially on like fashion, you know, boom, 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 and you're working a couple hundred megabytes files coming in, and that was a lot of stress for me, a lot of stress.
Speaking of fashion, what do you guys think about my shirt?
I like that shirt.
Yeah, gotta give props to Joe. Shout out to the bearded slacker. What other nicknames besides overclock celebrity? He'll always be the Nordic slacker to me, but he got so many damn names. Tech Odin.
I tried to get a shirt from him for PDX Land, and he couldn't get it together. Which, you know, I'm not gonna fault him for it, but I was a little upset.
This is one of the most interesting things right here that I've ever seen. You made this yourself?
Oh, I can't even see this. I can't even see your screen unless I minimize it. How funny is that?
Yeah, guys, they're running through an NDI through Skype, so they're not exactly seeing, you know, a high-resolution video feed, but they are seeing it in real time, which really helps this work.
Yeah, I got to know how you do those spiral DNA bins.
Well,
Do you use a
those.
form for those?
Gosh, I can't even hear myself on this damn thing. But yeah, I made a video on it, and it's on the YouTube channel. I'm not sure if I cut you guys out on Skype because I'm clicking around here like a heathen. But I made a YouTube video on it on the YouTube.
I gotta give a sorry to cut you off, but Gadget Joe, what's up, buddy?
What's up,
Nice
Gadget
seeing
Joe?
you.
What's up, Joe?
Oh shoot, Llama, I'm sorry, man. We had a lot of technical difficulties, but I will talk to you after the stream.
But yeah.
But yeah,
it's
let's
kind of
continue on with some of these things because some of these are just absolutely insane. This was the Psycho build, right?
Yeah, that's Psycho. She's I was gonna say, she's wild. Tested a lot of boundaries.
It's different.
Yeah, that big bulb that you could see there. If you squeeze that during the filling process, these machines they don't use reservoirs, just because I don't know. I guess I kind of like the challenge of filling it and keeping it as tight as possible. But if you use that bulb, you could press it in. It's so thin that you could replace the air with water, and it helps bleeding the system.
That is very unique.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. If you just imagine like a cheap, water bottle that you'd buy from like Walmart, super cheap one. That's how it feels. So,
yeah, it's
kind of scary. It's so thin. It's like
that's a great way to prime it too. I mean, you're forcing the.
It's exactly what you're doing. You're priming it. You're priming the system. That's what it is.
That's very unique. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, but I actually replaced it because I turned that one into my daily driver, and I replaced the bulb just with a safer one because I have so many things going on there. But that one's still in storage, and she works. So. Yeah.
Someone just called me a superstar. I'm not cheap.
He seems to be a troll.
Carl's Jr. superstar, maybe.
Hey, they got good stuff if I can ever catch one.
Brought to you by Carl's
You're
Jr.
so cool sitting at your wooden desk surrounded by boxes of PC parts talking about shit.
But,
I love the internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
gives
that machine
beautiful side. I love this side profile.
Yeah, and I've probably said this a million times, but the saw blade does spin. It spins really fast.
I was gonna say that saw blade better spin.
Oh yeah.
Well, I heard that it spins.
Seeing
but...
the videos on it was awesome. Like in operation, yeah.
It's sick, dude. I unplugged it just again because I have so many things going on that computer. But if I'm feeling a little edgy sometimes, maybe I'll plug it back in. But it's scary. It's scary. It's right there. It's like right there. You never know, man. So I guess that's why I made it. You never know.
I want to see a video of it.
I think it's on Facebook. I wish I would have known that we were going to come on here. I wouldn't have killed the site. But yeah, it's going to be ready to go in a couple of days. I'm super stoked about that. And
I'll have to check that out later then.
Yeah, you gotta try
Joe
it. It's gonna
Pop
be cool.
Play Z has some mommy issues.
What did he say? I'm not even worried.
Oh, I'm not. I think it's hilarious. He wrote, "I wish I had your talents where I could sit and act important while having achieved nothing apart from switching on a webcam and a microphone."
How does that even correlate to anything?
Clearly, this isn't for you.
You could just
clearly
stop
he didn't see how much work it took to get us all together. Live. That was some talent.
Yeah,
Go play some video games.
In the same spot.
I guess I don't really leave.
Some of these I have never seen before.
All right. So, what are we talking about now?
Next, I want to go over to you, Michael. Let's check out some of these.
Okay.
Let's check out some of these sleeves. Now, I know pretty much everyone here on the stream has seen Michael's sleeves, but for anyone that hasn't,
They're thick with 2 C's.
with 2 C's?
It's a whole thing. It's
Maybe that's a little out of your cultural realm. So, like, if you imagine some thick thighs, he has thick cables.
What gauge are these wires? These actually do look thick.
Yeah,
What are those, like 16?
They're either 16 or 18. The wire that we use for either 16 or 18 is very, very close in outer diameter. Like our 18 gauge, which is obviously thinner for the strands, we actually have it made with thicker insulation so that it appears nearly as thick as the 16 gauge. But there are other properties that differentiate our 16 and 18 gauge wire. So those are, I think those, because they're fairly recent, are, if I remember correctly, they're 16 gauge.
Yeah, I might need to hit you up about getting some maybe 16 or even 14 gauge. Do you work with 14 gauge?
Can't do it with
not possible.
I mean,
I know that's a thick cable.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I wouldn't do it because you're basically overextending the abilities of the terminals when they crimp, because they're designed for either 16 gauge or 18 gauge. They're not designed for any larger. And so that if I was to use 14 gauge wire, and even if it seemed okay, which it could be maybe.
Well, I know I could get away with 16 gauge for sure, because I pushed my 7980 XC under LN2 to 5.8 38 mesh, no problem, with these factory EVGA cables.
The bottom line is that at standard sort of power supply cable lengths, 18 gauge is already more than enough. So 16 gauge is already overkill. 14 gauge wouldn't offer you anything. Okay. Especially considering how thick our 16 gauge cables already are with their outer diameter. It's not really going to offer you anything better than you're going to get.
Right. I mean, I'm only asking because when I do pick up the EVGA S3 Dark, which is the LGA 3647 socket.
47.
And the W3175X. Yeah, I think I might need some quality cables for that thing. That's going to be more of a rendering rig and an HEDT PC. I'll throw it under LN2 for a little bit, but I'm not risking destroying a $3,500 CPU, and I have no intention of attempting to bin one, if I could even get two. But
Blue is so pretty.
Oh, Gregory.
Yeah, I'm gonna need probably like two 1600 watt T2s for that.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta join you guys at some of these shows.
Yeah, no, 16 gauge will offer you anything that you would possibly need. Like I said, 18 gauge, which is the standard gauge of almost every stock PSU cable, is already more than enough. So 16 gauge is going to do you just perfect. And
that orange is so nice.
And even that is technically overkill, but understandably so in the situation that you're going for.
No, I understand where you're coming from. Well, I like overkill.
Do you guys ever do inline capacitors on your cables?
No.
It's
in theory it does improve the voltage ripple and the voltage drop just a little bit, but the power supply doesn't need them to function at all normally. And the only way you're going to actually see a difference in actual use is if you hook them up to like lab grade testing equipment. You're going to actually see the difference on like the oscilloscope, but realistically it's not going to make any difference in any situation, even overclocking. And from our end, even if we could do it, we wouldn't want to, because it's going to add extreme difficulty in making the cables look good, and the cost of production would just skyrocket because of the difficulty in making it. So it's just completely not worth it.
Yeah, it's very important to take cost of production into account. I'm sure they're overpaying you like crazy. kidding, Michael. I'm kidding. What did somebody say? Because I'm trying to keep up with all the chats here. Actually, I don't even have the Facebook chats opened up.
I'm watching the one on Facebook, so I'm behind. I gotta realize I gotta get with you guys.
Yeah, Llama really okay.
Watch the Twitch.
How many of you guys actually go to a lot of these shows here in the U.S.? Like DreamHack, PAX, and CES, which I unfortunately missed this year.
I have never been to one of those shows yet, but hopefully we can get one of our computers there. I think we're gonna have one in QuakeCon.
I highly recommend you do.
So I'm really excited about that.
You should put it right next to the Thermaltake booth.
Yeah, I'll just put it in their fucking case.
There you go.
Hey-o.
Part of my language. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh yes, you're more than welcome to. I believe in free speech.
No, I got no. Speculation is speculation. Your gut usually tells you what to do when it's right, and I always trust my gut, so I'll leave it at that. And yeah, so.
No, I just want to ask you because I know a lot of people that bought this, your Tube Loop product.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic.
Okay, I don't know if you watched my previous streams. Last time I did an open loop system, it was soft line tubing, and that was made well over 10 years ago. Might have been somewhere between 10 15 years ago. And back then, we didn't have anywhere near the aftermarket we have today. We didn't have compression fittings.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't have any tooling to bend any type of hardline tubing.
It's new.
So
it's so new.
I mean, it's been
more people don't innovate.
Yeah, it's been getting bigger and bigger over the last several years. But as far as this product, it's selling like crazy, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. What is it exactly? In formal layman.
It's a rigid tubing lubricant, and when I say the tubing market is new, as far as new, I mean coming more mainstream, so to speak. And when you use this stuff, it's a lubricant that we made to heat up evenly with the silicone or silicone. I always say silicone, but also not allow it to get stuck. And I guess my mind on it right now is XSPC is coming out with one, so I'm not really sure how to even talk about mine. So I'm kind of dealing with that in my mind. But yeah, man, it's something that I developed with trial and error on the first set with, I'll just tell you, cornstarch and water. It's hard to talk about something without telling you too much.
Well, yeah, no, that's fine. We can do all that, off camera.
But screw it, my first initial runs were with just water, cornstarch, the most tiniest amount of citric acid, and
basic trial
there's
and
another
error
element
until
in there.
we achieved the result that you were going for.
Well, yeah, it didn't have enough cling, and then eventually we got to a point where I added certain things to get enough cling, and a lot of people say it's glycol. It's not, it's glycerin, and I'm not afraid to tell you that. So, I know XSPC is coming out with one, but, with that being said, you could just use glycerin.
That is interesting that they would be coming out with one.
Yeah.
Did you consult any molecular engineers?
No, my buddies work at Abbott, and when I first did it with the cornstarch and water, there was no cling, it was lubricating, but it wouldn't stick to the silicone. So what we did was we brewed it with glycerin, and we did that for X amount of time, and we got to a point of consistency where it emulsified just hard enough to not be so thick, but not be so viscous. But still have that cling and also that thermal conductivity, so it's stretched around, the silicone, as opposed to separating and keeping one part hot, one part cold, or not, getting stuck. So it was hard. It was hard. But I know people are coming out with it who could sell it for much cheaper than I can, and I'm not sure if we'll be able to compete with that. So I'll just tell you how it's made.
Economy of scale.
Or just stick at it, Aubrey, for real.
Well,
no, yeah,
the name in and of itself to me is just that's worth the cost. It's genius. When I first saw that, I'm not gonna lie, I laughed a little bit. Tube lube. Who would have
it's kind of
I may be 33, but sometimes I act like I'm a 17-year-old.
Well, at the very least, you got the branding down. Hopefully you got that trademarked or something.
Yeah, no, we just got it trademarked, and actually that just happened about last week. So that's been filed. Bleederhead's been filed. And it's going to be hard for companies to come up with a name. I mean, the only one I could think of is Loop Lube, so now I invite you guys to take it. But that's a good one. But someone already owns the URL and probably the trademark on that. But yeah, when people buy it, I just want them to feel like they're part of the family. I call it the family, but I really do. I want them to feel like they're part of something, even if it's just a little bit of a tiny mixture of glycerin water and cornstarch, if you will.
I mean, the family aspect that you're referring to. I've been into the PC social media realm now since 2015ish, late 2015ish. So I'll just give it 3.5 years or so. And it's been, I mean, there are some toxic groups out there, and there's places like Reddit, and then you have people that just give you shit for no reason. But outside of that, I mean, for the most part, we're all here for the same reason. We're all here because we share this passion for our hobby, which is PC building, whether you're custom modding PCs like you guys do, innovating like you guys do, overclocking, gaming. It's the same thing. We're all here for the same reasons, so it really is like a family.
Yeah, if you will.
I like to look at it that way.
Yeah. It's all fun and games till someone gets hurt, right? As with anything.
Yeah, let's hope no one ever does.
Says the girl with the blade in her computer.
Yeah. How fast does that thing spin, by the way?
Not fast enough.
That would suck. Just doing some routine
really
maintenance.
Fast.
Oops.
That's a big oops.
It's running on a 200 millimeter fan motor, and those
motors. That's how you set it up. So is it PW? Is it through PWM?
Yeah. So I cut off
smart.
a fan header, and did it. God, what did I do? I cut off some headers and spliced it into another header, and then it just kind of turned on with the computer. But I couldn't control the RPM because it didn't have that. I didn't have an open
wire.
Yeah, or God, what was it? Yeah, the fourth wire, if you will. But I tried to, but I just kind of gave up at that point. Because they build the computers for show, and then after that, I don't know what to do with it.
That's such a crazy thing. I don't know when that really started. I love it, but the idea behind show builds and stuff like that, purpose builds for competitions, like the PC, what was that, builds.gg. All these builds going in there just to one up one another. That wasn't a thing back in my day. I mean, I've been into PCs since like 92, 93.
They call it mustard and ketchup days.
Yeah, I mean, it's just seeing this evolution in this hobby. I mean, back when I was into it, I didn't tell anybody at school what I like to do. I didn't like talking about computers because I would be considered a nerd. And that wasn't cool.
Just for that one reason.
Just for that one reason, because I'm playing with MS-DOS, and I know command prompt, and I know all this.
Show off.
And nowadays, it's becoming very popular, very mainstream, and I love it. I absolutely love to see just all these people coming together and bringing in new generations like yourself. I mean, you're not old by any means. I can't speak for the other two guys with us.
I just turned 35 myself. So.
Yeah, no, happy belated birthday once again. That was a fun stream.
I was so messed up.
And I was not sure what to talk about with you or Tommy. It was a good time.
I really regret missing that entire stream.
You actually listened to it? I was surprised anybody listened to it. I actually felt bad.
Well, I was on there for like the first hour and a half while you were getting everything set up, and then it just started getting late. I was like, okay, I can't stay up anymore.
What time zone are you in?
Eastern.
Damn,
I'm so ugly.
How late were we on that night? Jesus.
It was like 11:30, 11:40 before it even got started, I think.
Well, I guess that makes sense. It's almost like today's. We were way behind schedule. And I'm being serious, guys. It was all Skype's fault. I hate that program.
But yeah,
Can we do any alternative programs besides Skype?
I'm
I know
looking
Discord
into it.
didn't work out too well.
Discord does not support NDI plugins, unfortunately. Not much I could do about that, but I am looking into alternative means for, importing these types of.
There might be a
we
very
should try to.
suggestion, but what about like Google Hangouts? I have no idea.
I never considered Google Hangouts, and their compression engine is fantastic.
What about just sending our feeds directly to you in some way?
What do you mean?
Like a
Like some kind of like an in-house server setup type thing.
Well, Chris, where's the in-house server?
I don't know. We'd have to like figure that out. So, I mean, it's got to be.
Yeah, no, I mean, it'll
there's people
continue.
that do this all the time perfectly.
Hey, we got a lot of interesting guests coming up. You guys are the first pair of unique guests. Of course, I'm referring to you guys, Michael. I've never actually seen you on a live stream, so that's pretty cool. Aubrey, thank you so much for coming on.
For everyone.
Just dropped tube lube in my fucking keyboard. I'm pissed off
no.
about it. It's an old
It's it's non-toxic.
It's non-toxic.
What would you
But it is
consider an old
conductive.
Logitech?
Damn it.
That's my
That's
keyboard.
not an old
It's so funny,
Logitech.
man. It's like a little test keyboard that I use. This is where I build a computer. They're on this big, like 7 by 4 foot glass table. I build a computer on a glass table just because I could see the screws better. I don't know what's wrong with me. But yeah, that's what's up.
Hey, I mean, it's funny because I used to get a lot of shit for people about like this chaos that they see over here of just parts and everything just laying around. But in a weird way, I know where every last thing is. I don't know if you guys are the same way.
I used to be, and now I'm like just working so much that like I'll lose stuff.
Well,
a
with the
minute
cables,
after, like,
yeah,
I've
that's a
set it
different
down.
story because you have to
Like-
be dead on or you're gonna kill someone's power supply.
Well, it's not that. It's just like my workspace, though. Like, it's organized chaos, but and for a long time, it was like I did know where everything is, and now I'm just so busy and just so going all the time that even if I try to make sure I know where everything is, I'll lose something a minute after I set it down and like look for it for 10 minutes afterward.
Or it's
The
in your
10
pocket.
Yeah,
The
yeah, exactly.
10 millimeter socket curse.
Dude, I'm looking for that one. I'm not even kidding. It's the extended one on the MIDI. I think the 3/4 ratchet, 3/8 ratchet, whatever it is. I can't find it. I'm so mad. Sorry.
Llama,
There's an entire-
what are you
there's an
talking
entire
about?
meme on
Which
there.
motherboard? I have 2 motherboards sitting on the. Well, I have 3 on a test bench, but I actually have 2 legacy boards set up for later this week.
Oh, it's talking about the standoffs. Is that motherboard sitting on the?
Yeah, these are
Dark
the. Well, yeah, there's no secret that I love the EVGA boards, but yeah, I ended up just coming across a bunch of old hardware that I had in storage and decided to just slap some shit together. This is an old Asus Rampage Extreme, or not Rampage, Striker Extreme. I don't know if you guys remember this. The 680i.
Is that an
disc.
8800 Ultra?
What?
Is that an 8800 Ultra?
It is.
Oh, with that, it came with that extra Asus VRM.
Yeah. This is an 8800
yeah.
Ultra
Yeah.
DDR2, but this is the original. What do you call it? Striker Extreme. But then this is the one that I was really excited about, and I'm glad I came across this. And yes, it's very heavy. But yeah, the old EVGA 790i Ultra with another 8800 Ultra. And I got a QX9770 for it too. Right now it has a QX6850 in it. So we'll be giving it the NLN2 treatment soon for some legacy benchmarks.
I kind of wish South Bridges and North Bridges needed heat pipes still.
Well, I mean, well, you don't need them. South bridges don't get hot. I mean, it's just basically
I know,
a
but I would
PCH.
at least like a piece of copper there so it can look pretty, you know?
Well, I mean, my X99 Dark has a fan.
Like, look at that Asus heat pipe lineup.
Well, and the new Gigabyte one with the whatever the 9900K board that has the water block down to the south bridge, like
Yeah,
it's cool, but
negligible.
it's
Totally
still a
not
bit.
necessary.
Yeah,
Have you guys seen that like cone-shaped passive cooler on the CPU yet. That like it's huge. I want to send it to you. It's like a big cone. It's amazing. It's pure engineering. It's phenomenal.
Well, I've seen other passive coolers before, so maybe, but maybe not. But
I'm gonna show you.
Are you talking about the one that's like nearly the size of the case?
It's like it's
David
huge. It
Miller's
looks
here.
like a big it looks like a big donut. It's not like your traditional like just a cooling fins, in
Like
the
a
series.
Big.
Yeah, it looks like a big
like the Zalman
That's been
one
out
with
for a
the
while.
fan. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Okay,
looks like honestly, I wouldn't mind putting that in something if it was right. I've been thinking about it, but I don't know. It's something is so pretty about just silent computer, the engineering and everything.
Okay, I didn't realize I have a watch party. I don't even know what that means. So there's a whole nother chat.
Oh, seriously?
What does that mean? What is a Facebook watch party? So we're technically streaming on 4 platforms now?
I don't know.
And I'm not
That's a
even
party.
paying,
I think
I'm
the
not even
watch
paying
party is
attention.
somebody's viewing your stream and then sharing it out as their own, generating more views towards it.
Hold on, someone's sharing my... Oh, what is it, add co-host? How does someone share
just
my
think
stream and claim it as
It
their
just
own?
recently popped, I think.
That's kind of
It's
funny.
just a watch group. Is this what you're talking about in the Skype chat there?
1 second.
Yeah, let me take a
I
look.
gotta find out how to click it. I'm not really good at the Skype chat. Oh, yeah, I just saw like a half-second
Yeah,
glimpse
that's
of it.
crazy.
That thing is sexy. I don't know what it is about it, but that's a beautiful cooler. It's really cool.
Have you seen this one too? Let's see.
I have this obsession with cooling fins, if you will, or how they look.
Yeah, that one.
There it is. Nice. Now I can see them. Yeah, that's sick, dude. I don't
You
know
guys
what it
mind
is.
showing or sending me a URL so I could show
That's
the
what
viewers
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing that right now.
what we're actually talking about?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Thank you very much.
Gorgeous.
Guys, by the way, it's not really easy to run one of these streams when you have, multiple people and you're here trying to control all the windows and the topics of discussion. It's a lot harder than it looks. I'm getting better, though, I think.
I sent it to your Facebook personal.
Yep, just saw it. Thank you, sir. Okay, now I lost my OBS.
I do, not to kill it, but my lady is coming home, and she's gonna be home any minute now. But I will have to be getting going, and I do appreciate you having me here.
No,
a
absolutely,
lot.
Aubrey. Thanks for coming on.
That was fun.
It was a good
kind
talk.
of
Sorry,
nerve-wracking.
sorry it took so long with all the technical issues. It started actually with you. You and I, we could not get things to work, and then Michael
Problem
Braaten broke Twitter by blocking me.
Not Twitter.
Or not
Skype,
Twitter,
it was-
Skype,
yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah, it's Twitter Skype.
Twitter,
Same
Skype,
thing.
same shit. They're all probably owned by the same holdings company.
Okay.
But yeah, that's cool. It's crazy. Aubrey, thank you for coming on. I'm sure we'll have you on again. There's a lot of people, a lot of other modders that have been talking about coming on here, but after discussing a few things with you, I wanted you to be among the first of them. And of course, Michael Braaten, I love you, man. So I had to have you on at the same time.
So thank you. It means a lot. And thanks again. It was a pleasure, Michael. It was a pleasure, Chris Hunter.
You too.
And
Ivan's here
yeah, until
somewhere. I
next
haven't
time.
heard him in a long time. But
And
he
also
is here
Ivan,
somewhere.
silent assassin back there.
On the line, Ivan Roberts from NerdWork Network.
Yeah, don't have fun with that cooler though. Don't get too excited.
Yeah, I gotta read more about this cooler.
It's sick, man. It's a good piece of engineering because it really puts in perspective what cooling really is at its core, literally. My girlfriend's gonna freak out here as we talk about computers. She'll shoot me. She's sick of it.
Yeah, that's why you don't
That-
bring your work
you know.
home with you.
Yeah, no, she we're not even married. We're gonna get divorced, so we'll figure it out.
Win-win.
But thank you and enjoy the cooler. Now, farmer language. Bye, guys.
You're
Bye.
fine.
Bye.
Take care, Aubrey. Thanks
Bye,
for
Aubrey.
joining us.
Bye. Quit.
All right, let me see if I could just organize. Michael's always.
I didn't do it.
Yes, you
I
did.
didn't do it.
All right.
We're making Michael big. Just did it again. Holy shit. That ain't right. Look at that.
No.
Yeah.
If you guys ever wanted to see what Michael Braaten looks like on a... Well, this is actually a 4K canvas. How do I do this? NDIs are such a pain in my ass. And now look. Oh, look at the doggy. He's tiny.
We all got doggies.
Doggos.
You come up here.
My doggy's not allowed upstairs.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Transform.
Say hi. Say hi to everyone.
Stretch the screen. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Now I could,
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes, I love you too.
Maxie boy. Look at the camera. He doesn't look. He can't look at screens at all. He does not pay any attention.
Okay, Chris, I want your dog. Chris, I'm showing my wife. You kind of got to get him into the picture there a little bit.
My wife.
we're just gonna throw Chris up here. Why not? And move me over.
The Doggo Husky show.
Oh, we got Aubrey still on this one, so. Alright, cool. And Chrissy can swing in right up here.
I gotcha.
So, I'm gonna be trying a new game. Yes, game. I don't know if you were here earlier, Chris, when I was talking about that. How many people, I know everybody watching this probably already knows that I really don't game. I haven't gamed in a very, very long time.
Sit. Sit.
Oh,
Hey, is my feed flashing? Because on my monitor feed,
yeah, you're
it is
kind of
like,
yeah, it's tweaking.
yeah,
the whole thing, the whole stream is tweaking.
yeah. I
Let
don't
me
know what's
see.
going on with that.
It is bitrate's fine.
Hmm.
The
What's going on?
codec.
My screen was flashing a bunch, and I wasn't sure if it was something I could. Yeah,
Is it just Facebook?
Looks good now.
I don't know.
Oh, you might want to get your hard light lamps out of the.
It could be the light.
I just refreshed it and it's fine.
Okay. You know what? I unblurred the background recently, so I'll re-blur it and see what happens. That might be.
Is,
it could be the
Is
lighting.
David Dupuy still in here?
Dupuy.
Oh my god, I have so
See,
many
I think
tabs
that's-
open. I
yeah.
don't know what's going on. Taking all the okay, Rory Blandon's writing that cooler's a bit much. Taking all the real estate, you missing out. It's not tweaking on Facebook. Looks fine. Yeah, no, that was just his on his end with his camera. Facebook has a terrible encoder. I'm not a fan of Facebook at all. What? Llama, what's wrong with David? Llama, you want on? You want to join us? I'm like, no. Ivan, are you still here? He's got to be bored to death.
Llama wants on.
Oh, do you?
Well, he said earlier, he's all, what the hell? Why didn't you include me?
Yeah, Mike, what kind of camera are you using, Mike?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear
anymore.
me?
There you go.
What kind of camera are you
No,
using?
It's a C920.
Yeah, everyone uses a C920.
I actually have an older
They
one,
work
like a
fine.
lower model that Dustin Richardson gave me, and it actually swivels, and it's technically like not as good as the C920, but it's still 1080p and has a swivel on it. I'm like, I kind of miss that.
Honestly, the C920s
Yeah, I just bought
are
a
perfect for stuff like this.
C922X, and it doesn't swivel, and I'm upset.
Yeah, no,
I
I
thought
was
all models
surprised.
swiveled.
Me too.
All right,
Me
Lama, I'm
too.
bringing
Because
you
like I have the one that I got from Dustin, I was like, oh, cool, you can swivel it or whatever. And then when I got the C920, which is like the standard webcam that everyone uses, I was like, oh, like, really? Like,
All right, so
Yeah, I
quick.
have a
No, go ahead.
cam.
No, you're
Sorry.
fine. I was just going to change the subject back to gaming because, as you guys know, I don't really play games, but recently I started playing some old, childhood favorites of mine, primarily real-time strategy games. And John Collin sent me a link to try Company of Heroes 2. So I downloaded it. Have any of you guys ever played it?
I thought that was an FPS. I didn't realize it was an RTS.
It's an RTS apparently.
That's
That's what John
RTS.
told me.
No, it is an RTS, and it is probably one of the best ones around.
I'm looking
Nice.
forward to it. I'm going to try it after this stream. I will live stream it. I'll probably fail miserably because the last real-time strategy I played was Age of Empires a few days ago, and even then I haven't played it in well over a decade, maybe 2 decades. But yeah, if you guys are down for that, I don't know damn thing about games anymore. So if I'm gonna keep talking about this kind of stuff, I suppose I should probably learn what type of games kids are playing.
My chair. Be yourself in Twitch chat. It's I used to buy a new chair every, well, not a new chair, but I used to replace my chairs quite often, and now I don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, we were just looking
It's
at
been
that.
like
That's a Secret Labs one, right?
18 months or so. It still feels like it the first day, not the first day, but the 2-week break-in period. After that, it just stays the same and doesn't seem to wear out very fast.
Yeah, I saw someone arguing with you about that too. About how uncomfortable they are.
Yeah.
It
You
totally
definitely gotta.
depends on the person too, though.
That
Like,
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like my wife's chair is an Office Depot $400 executive chair, and that thing is really comfy. But man, you fatigue in that thing real quick. Like
Yep.
2-3 hours, you don't feel too comfortable. And this thing, I can just sit and sit and sit and sit forever, and it just doesn't. I just don't get fatigued. I've been like 12 hours once, and it was.
I
it was fine.
honestly have no idea how you could sit in a chair for 12 hours. I
It's lots of practice.
I mean,
Probably.
so far this chair, the most sitting I've ever done with it was these live streams, which last 2 to 3 hours at times.
Is the main gear like a Maxnomic, like rebrand?
No, they built it from
a
the
Secret
No,
Lab
they
rebrand?
built it from the ground up.
Oh, okay.
I spoke with Wolo Santos
Okay.
and Rod Reed in detail about the chair
Nice.
and the development of it. I mean, it's very, very interesting, the little details that they put into it. And they're able to do it and offer it at a very, very compelling price point. But
Nice.
you never hear anybody talk about it. This chair, I think, is MSRP here in the U.S. at $350.
Well, that's what mine is, the Epic or the Noble Chairs
Yeah, I got you.
icon. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
double
looking
chairs.
at the main gear, but it was literally the exact same price as Secret Labs since I got free shipping.
Yeah, Secret Labs is a big name. It's kind of hard
Yeah.
to it's hard to compete with Secret Labs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think other than Noble Chairs, Secret Labs, or well, I guess Main Gear, because it's kind of along the same lines.
I was going to say
are
that
the
main
only
gear
ones-
like it's almost the same.
Right, that's why I asked, because it looks very like it could be an OEM, but
Like I
For
imagine
me-
those side rests are probably a pre-manufactured product from someone else.
yeah, like
'Cause they look identical. Like I can't
Yeah.
even see a difference.
for me, the thing is like racing style chairs, they're all too small for me. But any like a chair from a brand that makes those plus like the Icon, which is more of like a luxury car seat style, than a racing style. Like I really like it, and like the Secret Labs, the Noble chairs, and the
Llama, you're
main
in.
gear, like they kind of have that style where they're not
Ooh.
exactly racing style, because those are all too small.
Now if you get
Mike's
Skype to work
camera
properly
is
on mine.
doing that because of the NDI that Skype employs. For whatever, I have it with random users. I'm trying to work with it right now.
Oh, is it still
Yeah,
flashing?
you're the only one.
No,
Like the other day, I had
no,
2 people. I don't remember exactly who it was, but man, that was
It's
annoying.
It's not doing the flashing. What it's doing is it randomly resizes, zooms in your image, and we have no idea why.
Let me do audio video filters.
On accident.
How's my camera doing that? Weird.
Hey Llama, what camera are you using?
C922.
So we all have C922s now.
Mine's just the 920, but very similar, obviously.
Eventually, I plan to get a DSLR though.
They're not good for this type of live streaming, but they're great for videos. I have a memory card for you.
No, they actually are good for live streaming. Some of them are.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're not moving around a lot and you're just sitting in front of the camera, it's perfect.
No, there's some that are actually extremely recommended. From
intended function.
Well, I mean, technically, no, it's not its intended function, but.
Oh, what was I just trying to do?
They work amazing for it, and they're great for like multi-purpose.
I love your googly eyes. That's cool.
Oh, thank you.
I am going to fix this situation once and for all.
What's it doing now?
It's just resizing constantly. Could have been
I played Mike.
Properties.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I can't wait for my secret labs to come in. I'm gonna literally burn this chair on camera.
Why didn't you let me know in advance, Jonathan? I would have had it sent to my house and I would have paid for shipping to get it to you overnight.
So I don't give a shit. I want it now. It's still not here soon enough.
Guess I'm gonna have to buy my own.
Yes,
I'll
you
review
are.
them eventually.
Kiss my ass, Greg.
I have to make use of this camera too.
Do you want me to try to turn off autofocus, maybe? Is that?
No, it's just Skype being shit.
Okay.
Let me see.
What the fuck is wrong with this program? I hate this.
You all got all these fancy chairs, and I'm just dealing with my $99 Office Depot fake leather that most of it is peeled off type thing, and perfectly content.
Ivan, look at the piece of shit I'm in. This is one of those Staples $100 gaming chairs.
I hated when I used to have such like pain after sitting for like a couple hours in my previous chair because the ass had been completely like wiped out over the
yeah, that's how this one is. I'm literally sitting on the frame.
Yeah.
The tracking on DSLRs can be spotty, but the quality is great. They have ones that are meant for just streaming. Well, I mean, they're not technically meant for streaming, but they're the best kind for streaming. Because really what you're doing is with a DSLR when you're streaming, you're capturing the video feed on the camera itself. Like the like what you would normally look at. Oh,
so you just do a HDMI out to a capture card?
Yep.
Yeah, I just get really that's basically what I'm doing right now, but I'm not using a DSLR. I'm using a Canon camcorder.
Okay, but can you take pictures with it? Well, shut up, Greg. You're your $4,000 webcam.
It's not okay. I am using it as a webcam. Okay, I'll give you that. It's either that or use like all these C920s I have laying around, or this little Canon.
Sell me one of your C920s.
I think I may have one.
They're like $60.
Yeah, you could get them. Like, they'll probably be cheaper.
I just bought one for
$70 on
Amazon with free shipping.
I just bought one for $70.
Yeah, be yourself. Fucking Ninja's a piece of shit.
What's a Ninja?
It doesn't help that he knows nothing about cameras.
Who's that?
Ninja, he's one of the top streamers. Be yourself. Go look up Harris Heller. He uses a like a $4,000 DSLR, but it looks so good.
Let me see if I could.
What audio is bleeding from somewhere?
Let me see if I could fire up this POS cam here. It should be available. I think I labeled it as POS 2.
7 grain camera, just have your proven speed. It's actually been like, well, you gotta remember though, just because it's compressing it doesn't matter, because if you give it more data beforehand, you'll get an overall better picture. I found that out a lot.
It's usually best to match the,
this is
the
basically
streaming original resolution.
Yeah, it is.
So that no transcoding or anything needs to occur.
Facebook has the worst video compressor I've ever seen. It does.
Yeah, Facebook's terrible.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah, but this is
everyone knows it.
Basically, the one that I'm using. Just kind of overkill, I suppose, but
that's why I want to murder Jeff.
Why would you want to murder Jeff? I don't even know what I'm looking at. What the hell? This is really odd.
I don't.
Why wouldn't he want to murder you? Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Ivan.
Oh my god, that light bleed is absolutely insane. No, but these things are awesome. 1-inch CMOS sensor.
Wow, that looks fancy.
Well, dude, I've been meaning to take. I'm supposed to be doing a review for this chair for the last several months.
And
now.
you haven't done it yet.
No. So I'll get you some test footage. Like I've taken it outside. I've did a few fun shoots. Like it has 15x optical zoom, and it has like the 5-axis image stabilization. So I could zoom in on a leaf, get 70, 80 yards away, move it, zoom into the background, catch that leaf or that stick, and it'll zoom right in on the fly. Or focus, I'm sorry. It's absolutely insane. That's one thing you can't do with DSLRs automatically.
No.
That's why, DSLRs are freaking amazing, don't get me wrong, but for what I need it for...
Well, but, yeah.
Yeah, mine's mainly for, like, computer shows and events like that.
Yeah, it all depends on what you're using it for.
Yeah, but DSLRs
for me, it would be
fantastic.
For me, it would be, webcam, pictures, and standing videos. No real movement.
Oh, then DSLR is perfect.
So it'd be perfect. Well, exactly, yeah. But, yeah, for something like what you would be doing, it would not be.
Probably not. I guess I could, because I'm not really moving around a lot. I'm just sitting here opening up a bunch of windows randomly.
Oh, that's why, because I'm a
See?
fucking idiot. I put the wrong thing. Where'd I put that at? I put in stream, not...
See you guys. Oh, I'm just kidding.
What was it?
All right.
What were we gonna...
Lam, are you proud of me? I set up hotkeys on my
actually,
Razer mouse.
Nice.
You.
I actually do need to get out of here, guys, but
All good, dude.
yeah.
No, you're not allowed to leave.
Okay.
He's in California, so what time is it? Okay, it is approximately 10:30.
It's 8:30.
So it's 8:30.
It's 8:30.
On a
No.
Saturday.
Yeah.
On a Saturday, 8:30. He's old.
Maybe.
He must be older than me.
It's like Ivan. Ivan's like an old fuck going to sleep at 9:30.
Guys, I'm really surprised
probably
with my
asleep
internet
already.
connection because I'm actually
He's probably
streaming the
asleep already.
videos in full quality as well as upstreaming.
I'm the old. By the way, Chris, I am the old 3-6, so I am technically older.
You are older, so I get to go to bed at 8:30 next year.
Yeah.
Proven speed is
Totally.
Is,
Use that as an excuse.
is Company
I'll
of
start
Heroes
planning
2
it.
not considered a modern game with all the expansion packs?
Oh.
This game's been around forever.
I looked it up. It was released in 2013 initially, but there have been like many expansion packs. So maybe circa 2015-16. It's relatively modern. Beats me playing Diablo 1 from 1994 the other day. People were just like, I can't watch this. I'm like, I'm having a great time. Fuck you. I love that game.
Fuck you.
I was going for Arcane's
Diablo 1
Valor,
is
man.
good.
Oh, whoops.
Never got it.
Where did? Oh, I'm doing my C++ project at the same time, and I'm finding a whole bunch of stupid shit that I'm doing when I'm copy and pasting.
That sounds like programming to me.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm doing a bunch of stupid shit and I copy paste.
All right, guys. I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah,
See you
guys, I
later.
think it's about time we actually wrap this up because I want to get There are hundreds of mods. Okay, now John's talking to me.
Damn it.
For the...
Bye-bye.
Well, don't say bye just yet. I want to say bye as
all right.
well. I mean, you're just
All
like,
right.
I'm going to dip because I'm from California
right.
and I'm better than you
All
because we have sunflowers and sunshine all year long. I don't know.
All right. Yeah.
But, yeah. How's this work? How's this? I don't know how it reclines. Oh, it's this one.
Can it do this?
God, I can't wait because this is like mine's such shit. I hate this chair.
See, I haven't done this in a while. Watch it fall off the back.
Do it. Do it or no balls.
No, but for real, guys, in a few weeks, I'm going to have some special guests on, one of which is another professional overclocker, Stuart Gale. He is Australian, but he currently lives in the Philippines. He's been doing a lot of research into deep learning and AI and tensor core computation, so we're going to have a very interesting discussion, a very low-level discussion about the tensor core tech. Chris, I hope you could join us for that one, because that one's actually going to be very interesting. I got to do my research, too, before we actually delve too deep into that one. as well as several other people, company reps from various companies within the industry, primarily water cooling, stuff like that. But I mean, if you guys enjoy particular topics, throw them out there. I'll do my best to get in touch with people that could hold a better conversation pertaining to those particular topics that you guys would like to see discussed and interact with. So, yeah, guys, take it easy. Michael, thanks for finally unblocking me and letting me into your Skype. Guys, it's weird because I finally realized I could just move my Skype window right here so it looks like I'm looking at you guys. I know you haven't been here, Michael, but I've always had it over here, so it's really awkward. So
haven't we talked about this? Didn't you do that?
Yep.
I thought you did that one day.
Correct.
I tried it. It didn't work out very well. But now I
told you,
actually
just
really like it now.
I told you, get like a little 20-inch screen and put it above your camera.
Well, I'm going to do... Well, the whole thing's moving soon anyway. I don't care. It's going to be a little
I'm looking forward
different.
to that.
It's going to be a little different. Chris, thanks for joining us despite being short notice. It's always a pleasure to have you. Llama, you know I love you, man.
Hey.
You helped me more than anybody. I saw you mute that guy. That was hilarious.
Yeah, little bitch.
I love douchebags. I don't know why. They're just so much fun. For whatever reason,
I really want to know what he said.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ivan.
When I see people like just complain and nag about other people, it makes me feel really bad for them, and in a weird, cynical way, it makes me feel better about myself. It's fucked up. That's cynical. Just like, well, shit. That's fine. You don't have to like me. Just keep being you guys. I love you guys for who you are. All right, guys, on that note, Chris Hunter, stay sober tonight. Go get some sleep. Llama, are you going to join me? Well, I don't think anybody's going to join me playing, what the hell is that game?
Company of Heroes.
Company of Heroes 2. John, I know John Collin. I don't know if he's still here. You can literally download from the... Yeah, he is. He's going to watch me because I am going to just do a blind walkthrough of the game. I haven't looked into any of it. I just know it's set in World War II. So I'm used to playing medieval type things. So, guys...
I want to say this real fast. Yeah. All I see is Cam say, "I don't want to explode, lol," in one of the messenger groups. And I just...
It's Cam being Cam.
We all know.
Yeah. There's no rational thought behind any statement he makes. Not any statement. Okay, that was low.
It's like Jeff. It's fine. It's fine.
He has like irrational Tourette's. Okay, I'm tired. I'm gonna play this video game, give it a try, see what comes of it. Hopefully, I don't get my ass kicked because I'm sure John would laugh at me. But guys, once again, thank you for.
He won't 1v1 me.
What's that?
So he'll probably laugh at you because you won't 1v1 me still because he's a bitch.
Have you guys seen this picture?
Yeah, it's freaking hilarious.
Who here is planning on watching? I mean, I don't know if you guys are Game of Thrones fans. I read all the books.
Gonna be watching.
I can't wait for this damn show to finally just be over. But that right there had me dying laughing today.
Yep.
It's next week, though. Next
Sunday, yeah. Followed by the Avengers.
I got a lot of the Game of Thrones to watch. I better get watching that right now.
How am I going to pull off a podcast?
Llama, you're in charge.
Wait, what?
Llama, you're in charge.
What am I in charge of?
I'm in charge. What?
You're in charge of everything, Llama. Everything. CMP, NWN.
Well,
Llama, you really do actually take control of a lot of things without anybody ever asking you to.
I blame Michael.
In a good way, though. No, it's he's very productive. I mean, he's quick on his feet. He gets shit done. I like it.
Man, y'all say I'm very productive, but you haven't seen schoolwork.
Well, that's a different story. I mean, that's business, pleasure. Yeah. Don't mix it too.
It's more like something I don't hate and something I hate a fuck ton.
Well, no one ever really likes school, but you'll be a better man for it, I promise you. Unless
I know people that do, and I hate them.
I don't even want to start talking into some of those bullshit majors that kids are getting into nowadays. Just
Fine arts. What?
Letters.
lesbian dance.
Gender
theory.
studies.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. On that note, yeah, that was
Good night,
a
guys.
politically incorrect statement. I don't care. It's not personal. I'm not trying to be a dick, and I'm sure as hell not a
It's
bigot.
not politically incorrect. It's just factual. Those degrees are not
I don't
politically
even know what that
incorrect.
is. No, but I'm sure there's going to be somebody that gets pissed off. And like, oh, you're so this. Whatever.
You know what you do? You ban them. Solves that real fast.
I don't really ban people because I like screwing with them until they block me. And then I ban them.
I didn't even ban the guy. I just muted him.
I know, I saw that. I wonder if he's still here. Probably not.
Don't be like me.
All right, boys. Well, you guys have a good night. I'm going to attempt to play a video game. Wish me luck.
Zip.
Good luck.
Much appreciated. All right, boys. Guys, we'll see you next week. Yeah, I know, I saw that. All right, guys. Take it easy.